Nietzsche makes two primary ethical distinctions between the slave morality and the master morality. The slave morality is the morality of the common people, and the master morality is the morality of the aristocracy. Slave morality is rooted in distrust for authority. According to the master morality, the master, the aristocrat, they determine what the values are. They do not need any approval. Whatever the noble person determines is right or wrong, well, that's right or wrong. So the main distinction here is that the slave morality is for the common people, and the master morality is for this higher class of aristocracy to which Nietzsche belongs. According to Nietzsche, only the higher class, the aristocratic class, has accomplished or made any improvements in the human condition. Their primary gift is creativity. This is why Nietzsche claims that every elevation of the human being has been the work of an aristocratic society, and it will always be that way. It's accomplished by means of conquest, by means of power. The improvements in the human conditions by the higher classes, it is nothing but strength of will and a desire for power, whereby the stronger people, they throw themselves upon the weaker. Because according to Nietzsche, those who hold the weak moralities, like the type of morality found in Judaism or Christianity, those type of moralities weaken a society and leave it susceptible to being taken over. One of the characteristics of a weak society is the morality that it produces. An example of this would be the idea of altruism. Altruism is the idea of helping somebody else even if you don't gain nothing out of it, just because it seems like it's the right thing to do. This, for Nietzsche, is a sign of weakness. Within the morality of the major religions like Christianity and Judaism is this idea that human beings are weak. According to Nietzsche, this is false, but not entirely false, because some people are weak. The problem comes when the Christians, or this false morality, is imposed on those people who are really strong. So when this weak morality takes over a society, this is a great offense according to Nietzsche. Not because they're showing this weak morality to people who deserve it, because this weak morality is pushed upon people who don't deserve it. This is not just the morality of Christians, this is also the morality that Aristotle talks about. The idea that we need to constantly be working on ourselves. We have to be constantly trying to improve our virtue. And it's the same with Christianity. But all of this Nietzsche rejects because it is a morality for a weak people. For Nietzsche, peace and equality, these are life-denying principles. A principle that is not life-denying is exploitation. All of these pledges to not hurt other people, it's all a sign of weakness. Life itself is essentially about conquest of the weak. It's about suppression. It's about exploitation. All of these true principles of life, they're not depraved. They're not part of an imperfect society. It is the nature of living human beings to function this way. It is, as Nietzsche says, our primary organic function. These principles are the consequence of the will to power. These are the true principles of Nietzsche's morality. Why must we will ourselves to have power over others? Because there's so many forces out there that are telling us not to do this. What are the forces telling us not to do this? Christianity, Judaism, and a lot of other religions and moral philosophers who preach that we should be kind to others, that we should be altruistic. This is why a will to power is necessary, to counter these life-denying forces that are so popular in the world. For Nietzsche, Judaism and Christianity, these are the forces that are primarily responsible for crippling a society, and in his case, crippling European society. Nietzsche says, I regard Christianity as the most fatal and seductive lie that has ever existed. It is a seductive lie because it goes against nature. It goes against the human being's true nature. One of the guiding principles of Christianity is to love your enemy. Nietzsche claims nature is expelled from morality when it is said, love ye your enemies, because the true principle, which is ye shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy, now that's worthless. That doesn't even make sense anymore if the Christian principle to love your enemy is true. Given that life is an evolutionary struggle, Christianity and Judaism make absolutely no sense. Not only are they worthless, but they're unsuitable for this true struggle of human beings. The morality of these religions is responsible for keeping human beings down. This is why Nietzsche says that these religions are among the principal causes which have kept the type of man upon a lower level. They have preserved too much that which should have perished. You see, the will to power is not for every man. It's just for a higher type of man. It's for the nobles. It's for the aristocrats. The problem with Christianity and Judaism and the moral philosophies that are similar to these is that they preserve things that shouldn't be preserved.